Okay, guys, welcome to another video on my channel. And I really appreciate the likes and a little bit of likes I'm having and a little bit of views I'm having. It's improvement. One is better than two is better than three. Sorry, three is better than two is better than one. So, guys, today we're going to be discussing on first of all, like and subscribe to my channel. This will help the channel keep growing, and I'm going to be persistent with that. Right, it's going to help the channel to keep growing and keep moving further and further, right? And it's going to also give me like really more reasons for what you guys like, and always try to comment so I can know what you want me, videos you want me to make on, and topics you want me to stress on. All right, so first of all, first thing, like and subscribe. Probably it's not, it might not be relevant to you, but it's going to be relevant to the channel and me. All right, so please guys, like first of all, like the video and subscribe to my channel. All right, so today we're going to be talking about key levels, and we are going to be using AUD USD first of all. You asked me why, I don't know, I just want to use that. It's no really reason. USD, and let's use IC market server. All right. So so first thing we're gonna type is what we're discussing about, and it's gonna be key levels. All right. Just key levels is very kind of like very easy concept. It's simple. It means what it is. Key levels concept. Key. Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys. Key levels. I think I was thinking like concept as like level. All right, so key levels. So let me increase the fonts of this thing to like, yep, exactly. This one is big. Key levels. So, guys, first of all, what are key levels? All right, what are key levels? Simple and short. They are what they are. They are levels that are key. They are key levels because they are levels that probably show a lot of interest or a lot of action in it. All right. And that would be, you know how there is, I talked about in the previous video, support and resistance. All right, so they have to be do with support and resistance, like subdominate of it, yeah. All right, so key levels are levels that have shown a lot of interest in. Whenever market gets a level, there's something always happening, whether it's a pullback or something always happening because of, I don't know, probably it's a very good area that market like to, or investors like to look in or key into. But just know that that's what key levels are. They are areas of interest. Simple, they are areas of interest. When market get there, they react. So I'm going to teach you guys how to plot them and how to use them. So first thing first, I'm going to say is key levels are not lines. All right, don't use lines to plot them. All right, let's say this, come here, okay, like this, you come another one, you plot it here. When you want to use lines, you lines will just fill your whole chart. It's not going to be neat at all. Come here, you plot here. You see that these are all key levels, but all right, you can see what I'm doing. It's kind of like it's really messy. So you cannot really use all never try to use lines. You can see what, and they will just give you false readings. That's another thing. All right, they will just give you false readings. So you cannot always use these as key levels. Okay, you cannot really always use these as key levels. So guys, that is it for about the line thing. So you can always use this. Instead, we use what I call zones. We use what I call zones. So never use lines for these things, and I use what I call zones. All right, and I'll show you the two I use for them. Look at my previous video about zones and this thing. You see it there. This is why I use zones. All right, and this is what I use. See this key here. This is what I use for zones. All right, so now let me get rid of all these lines. Let me get rid of all these lines. Let me get rid of all these lines. Good. So what I like to use is, first of all, I like to plot my key levels on the monthly, but I don't really always use the monthly. All right, but I plot it there because the monthly just used to make everything small and you can see them very well. But mostly it's the weekly. Let me put it clear for you. I plot the weekly in the monthly. I plot it on the monthly, then I come to the weekly and adjust it. because it's actually the weekly I'm looking out for, not the monthly. As a day trader, it's mostly the weekly I'm looking out for. So, but the monthly kind of like used to make it neat, like because you go to the weekly, but be seeing some weeks and some other kind of things that will just make you confused on how close. I come to the monthly because monthly just makes it small, and then you can see them clearly, and then you plot them neatly. And I come to the weekly to adjust them a little bit, about maybe I start making adjustment, but it's mostly because of the weekly. So I like to just plot them on the weekly, and I also tell you guys how key level. I have key levels of the weekly, daily, and the 4 hour. You get me? And I'll show you guys how I plot them. I use different, first thing, I use different tools to plot them because that makes you just know what level you are in. Because the higher the time frame, the higher the level is strong. Get me? So a weekly level is quite stronger than a daily level. A daily level is quite stronger than 4 hour level, and so on and so forth. The worst is probably a 1 minute, 5 minute level. Those are like the weakest levels because they will really not always hold at most time. So let me plot, let me show you. I use this tool here, it's the rectangle tool, and I give them different colors by the way. And I just plot it like this. You can see how neat it is. It just picks everywhere, plotting them on using zones, using this kind of tool. All right, you just see, it just makes it neat. So now you can see it's occupied. If you use line, let me show you. If you use line now, you can see you cannot really get everywhere. All right, sometimes you'll be able, sometimes you, most times you won't be able to get everywhere. So you can see it touch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is a very strong key level, all right, because you can see multiple touches on it. And what I like to do is just to clone. Just right click on it and you see clone. So you can give me the same shape. Come here, this is another one. All right. Is an hour already. You can see how it occupied all these zones. Occupied here, here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can write, but let's say we use a line now. We will not be able to really get all those touches. Let's put it that you can see you cannot really get all those touches. If you get one, the other one go out, you don't, so it's better to use zones, alright? So I just clone them. And you can do this on all instruments, just that some instruments kind of look very nasty, alright? Just be kind of like challenging to use in some instrument, and some instruments will kind of be like easier to use them on. All right, so but it takes time, it takes experience and time to be able to. You can see how I'm easily just plotting them. It's experience and time. All right, so let's come down here. And first of all, I want to stress: try to trade the most, to plot the most obvious ones. First of all, right? First of all, the most obvious ones. One, this is a good key level. Right, I think I'll plot it here, right here. All right, try plotting the most obvious ones. Okay, I think I need to just adjust this one a little bit. Good. So we can make touch here. Yep. Okay. Snip. All right. So try to plot the most obvious ones. You can say I first plotted this one first of all. This one here is the one I first plotted because that was just like the most obvious. You could see it here 1, 2, 3 without even stressing your eye. So this is how I plot key levels for my weekly. I plot them on the monthly. I like plot because the monthly will just make them smaller, and I just come to the weekly. And then if there is need to be an adjustment, I adjust. If there's no need to be an adjustment, I leave it like that. There's no need stressing it. If there's need for adjustment, you adjust. If there's no need, so right now I don't really see any need for adjustment. Do I? No. There's no need for an adjustment. So that is how I plot it for my weekly time. Remember, this is actually how I do. This is me also preaching the top analysis for you, right? For a day trader. Remember the monthly, I don't look at the monthly. Alright, I don't look at the monthly. Only time you see me look at the monthly. Wait a minute, guys. The only time you see me looking at the monthly, the only time you see me looking at the monthly is when the month ends. So I just come to see what kind of candle they formed because I was expecting all the AUD the bullishness because you could see an engulfing candle engulf the previous ones and give it like a pin bar. So yeah, so right now it's playing out. So I believe the next profit target for AUD USD is gonna be this level. Let me use this thing. AUD is going to reach 0.69302. All right, that's where AUD is going to probably reach before the end of the month. We are on 22nd of the month, September, so probably it's going to reach there. So guys, that is it, and yeah, that's it for the monthly. That's how I plot it on the monthly. Right, so that's the first thing you need to know. They are not first thing, they are not lines, they are zones. All right, and we use this tool for them. And I use this tool mostly for the weekly time frame because I look at the weekly time frame, not the monthly. The monthly I look at it because of it just makes things smaller and neater for me, and then I'll come to the weekly and adjust them. It's just like my preference. But if you can see preference in just like doing it on the weekly, good. Sometimes some pairs will just be neater sell on the weekly, so let me not lie to you. Alright, but it just depends. In the monthly and the weekly, I just try to like I play with them. Alright. So that is the first thing. First thing that I don't like is their zones, and always try to mark the first most obvious parts of them. You get me? Try to mark out the most obvious part of them. So that's how I plot it on the monthly. And I'll show you my key levels on the daily too. Also, this is for this one I plotted now is for the weekly. And I'll show you the daily. Daily I use a different candle too, a different tool. You get me? And you can see how nasty this is. So you can see how nasty this kind of look. It just look very nasty. You might get very confused of what's happening here. All right, you can get very confused of what's happening here. So this kind of thing now, this is what if I see on the weekly, I'll come to the monthly. So now seeing this on the daily, I'll probably go to weekly to see what I'm doing there, and then adjust it on the week on the daily. So let me just go to weekly and see if maybe it can be quite later. And this is a tool I use for that. The rotated, you can see a rotated rectangle. So you just plot it here. You can see. Then I can adjust. You can see that. You can see we got it nice and neat. Alright, guys, trust me, trading is not really. It's kind of like really a really dynamic. Sometimes things will just be made, sometimes it will not be. But it takes experience to know what you're doing. Because right now, I'll upload this because this have more touches. You can see now. You can see the break here. Like, oh, what about this break? See, guys. If you want to do like that, you might probably confused. But just look at where market has mostly held. All right. It just only here now you could see the break, and that could be because of something happened during that time. But keep to the key, keep to what you're saying. All right, keep to the most what have happened most. Mostly market has held below it. Just only in this time, the market actually didn't hold below it. Probably I don't know what happened. It was 2023 June. I don't know what happened 2023 June. I can't remember. I was trading that time, but I can't remember what happened 23rd of 12th of June 2023 that made this kind of thing happen. But look at if we want to go back to 2022, you can see that this level has held. So look at what has happened most. All right, that's when probability now comes in. What has happened most? So you can see that that level has held most times, right? So it's okay to say we'll be looking at this level. We'll be keeping a level. So look at the daily. See how I came to the weekly to plot it because the daily was looking kind of nasty, and then I have made the adjustments on the daily, on the weekly. Then you see on the daily, I come to see if I can it is need for adjustment. And I'll tell you guys there is no need for an adjustment. So this level now I don't like trading out of a key level. So if the daily if money can close above it again, then probably we're gonna look for buys for AUD USD. Alright, we're gonna look for buys for AUD USD. So guys, that is this is the color I use on the daily, and then I'll go back to the four and then yeah, same thing. I apply them. I just just clone it, adjust it. Oh, wow, I say the daily is quite this ADS daily is quite nasty, right? You cannot really see what's going on. When you look at the weekly and try to adjust. The weekly will just like string everything for you. Okay, look at it well. Wow, this is very let's tackle this guy. This is really, really tough. And let me just do the most obvious first of all. This area. You know what guys, let me tell you something. Let me give you another secret. When I see something like this and then I'm having difficulty with this using the zones, I just use a line. I just use a line just so that I know that this area is dangerous. I don't get me. Just to know that watch out for this area. No, that's not the line I'll probably use. This is the line I probably like to use. This one. And I'll not look at the most past, I'll look at the most recent, what's happened recently. I will just mark this on. It's kind of like a warning. Warning. That's what I just do. Because right now I cannot really plot something next day because you can see it's so nasty. So nasty. But anyway, I think I would like to leave it like this though. All right, you can see what I face sometimes. And bet me, guys, you face this sometimes. Bet me, because some instruments will just be so nasty, you can't really understand what's going on here. So that's what I do. But I still figure it out. Sometimes I'll just use a lie just to that place be warning for me. And guys. So guys, that is it. And for the 4 hour, it's quite very simple. I use this to the parallel channel. Alright, this is the parallel channel. And I just just mark same thing. 4 hour is just quite easy because you don't need to really go anywhere. It's just on the 4 hour. You see it on 4 hour. So this is like a K level. See that it's reacted here, and then best me if you go back, you can see it reacted in other places, reacted, kind of like in this area. So now if I see the 4 hour, oh, sorry, for next level target, I'm expecting for AUD level. So if I can see a 4 hour candle close above here, we'll look to buy the market. So guys, that is it about key levels. They're quite very simple and easy. Remember, so first thing first, key levels are areas of interest where market has reacted up from very well. Two, they plot the most obvious points first of all that you can see in the market and try to now go to other points. Three, they are not lines, they are zones, alright? Key levels are not lines, they are zones. And that is all for today, guys. So like and subscribe. I don't know if I should do another instrument. I think let me just do one more instrument so that then for which one? Euro USD. Let's try Euro USD. I'm just using the most. Like USD pairs are like the major pairs. Let me just use them. First of all, go to the monthly. Still the same thing, same protocol, right? First thing, plot the most obvious. So we use this rectangle. Plot the most. You see, I just came here straight because this is like the most obvious. You can see 1, 2, 3, blah 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 blah. So plot the most obvious. You can see these are like the most obvious ones. And then I clone it so I can get the same size. This is another obvious one here. Clone it so I can get the same size. And this is another area of interest. Let's keep it there. It's far beyond where normally I wouldn't be interested. I just plotting it just for plotting sake, but bet me before you can get there, it's gonna take a lot of time. All right, you can see this from 2021 down to 2022, a year. So maybe I can get it for like 2 years. But I just plot anyway, and I think those are the most obvious and most recent. And try to always plot the most recent. And yeah, is it going to need for adjustments? Then you can see touch, and look at the weekly. Let's see if we can adjust it. If there's need for an adjustment. And brothers and sisters, there is no need for an adjustment. No. Let's try to just bring it down. Good. So we can see it Euro USD. See and submit. And then next step, they are not lines, they are zones. The daily we use another instrument. You can see AUD Euro USD is kind of like meter. So we use the rotated rectangle. You can see this area is quite interesting. So we plot it there. You can see that quite interesting. And then the most recent, alright. You don't want to be going back far. You see me do that, just don't mind that. You don't want to be going far. This is another most recent. See this happened 2024 January. I think beginning of it is okay for that. You won't go back, you see that it will actually link backwards. And can adjust them very well. So you can see broke it, retested, and then push to the upside. So you can see engulfed it. I don't know if there will be need for things next level target for this is probably gonna wanna buy it and buy to that zone. I think when you get to that zone then we'll see some kind of like reaction. When we go to the 4 hour, so to the 4 hour, 4 hour is looking bullish. I would like it to retrace. If it just goes there, probably not really like it. So I use trend line, guys. So see if we can come back down. We should be interested. So if we can get like a this. Sorry guys, I'm kind of like analyzing the market now. because I'm seeing it looking into my eyes. So the 4 hour, I'll use the 4 hour as the parallel channel. Easy to see. I see most recent, right? 4 hour, you don't need to be going too far back. Just need the most recent one, right? And then as market is going, you keep on just adding most recent, most recent. You can see that neat and clean, very nice. So if market can come back down here, right, and then come up here, then we'll try to buy the market. So guys, you can see that is it. You can apply this on every instrument and it's just going to work the same way. I trade this on all a lot of instruments. Some are quite neat, some are quite nasty, and I like to trade mostly neat ones, all right? But you can apply them on the nasty ones too. So guys, thank you very much and peace out. Like, subscribe to my videos. Boom.